So this thing is a 2-stroke toolbox that I made last year, just as a bit of a laugh really. It's quite good fun, and I'm basically going to hopefully drive it around the campsite at Retro Rides Weekender. So I'm not sure if you can see very well, but in here we've got a 50cc 2-stroke engine, basically a little mini kids quad bike, chopped up, made a frame, put it inside a toolbox. As far as I'm aware, there's no reason why this shouldn't work. Yeah, so fuel tap's open, fuel hose is connected. Let's put some fuel in it, shall we? Got some premix around here somewhere. Should probably use a funnel. I'm not going to put those in just because I'm going to probably drain this again. I don't really trust it to hold fuel, basically. Not in transit, anyway. That tap's open. Put that on there because the throttle's on the. It's got a thumb throttle. It's got compression. Let's give it a go. Ah, bugger. Snap the pull cord. A couple of minutes later, I've just whipped this pull start thing off the side of the engine. It's only 3 bolts to hold it on. And got out the rest of this. This isn't the first time I've had to do this. This is just a cheap string from Screwfix. It's not even proper pull cord stuff, so no biggie. Yeah, so I'll just get some new string and we'll give it another go. So I've got a little spares kit here. Got some of this string, which is proper pull cord stuff, and then some of this sort of cheap stuff. I'll put the proper stuff on for now. Hopefully it lasts, but if it doesn't, it's easy enough to swap out. This little kit is basically all the stuff I'm going to take with me to Retro Rides, just because I'm expecting something to break. I don't know exactly what it will be, but it'll be something. So I'm going to have a couple of spares. There you go, just eyeball it off the previous one. Just how long I want it to be. Is that about 1 meter? Should do. Snippy snip snip. This is always the awkward bit, is getting it through the hole. You are. There you go, not in one end. Probably want to put it through the hole first, actually. Question is, do I want to put this outside the toolbox? I can't even remember what I'm doing with this. Yeah, there we go, that's about right. So I'm going to put this little handle on after. It needs to go through the hole in the side of the toolbox. Tightening this up. One at the bottom. Yep, that's working. So thread it out through the back of the toolbox. And then through the handle. Tie a knot on the end and job done. There we go. Jobbed. Hopefully, during all that messing about, we've had a chance to get a bit of fuel down into the carb and it will start a bit easier this time. Yeah, there we go. She starts. I wouldn't say first pull, but second pull cord. So it's quite a neat little design, I like to think. So basically this steering column is detachable, it should be, which then allows you to put it inside and you can close the lid for transportation purposes. For now, sort of convert it to driving mode. Job done. Yeah, so that seems to work, as you saw. So I'm just going to sort of convert it back to transportation spec, drain the fuel out of it, and then we'll try and take out the car somewhere. Driving around in the single garage isn't exactly things that can give you loads of space. Should be what it is. Basically just remove the fuel tank. Just drain it back into here. I just don't really trust this thing to not leak fuel in my car. The fuel tank is attached by a magnet and pushes in. Pretty sort of basic stuff. There's a specific place I can put this down. Let's put it in. Am I going to be able to find it? Who knows? Is that it? Doesn't feel like it. Yeah, okay, that'll do. Fuel in there. Job done. So here the cart is upside down and I've noticed a bit of an issue. I have already rectified it, but I'll put a picture over the screen about now to show you what's been going on. So I found that the frame was cracked. Here and here. So my original plan was was basically to have the engine and rear axle on one frame, which is why there's like sort of two layers here. So the engine is bolted relative to the rear axle on one sort of frame, and then there's a frame in the box that all mounts to with these plates on the side. I found out afterwards this was a pretty shit idea and it basically kept moving along here. So I ended up welding a little bit in here and here, just to hold those two frames relative to each other, stop them moving. But yeah, it snapped off basically where these rear trailing arms that go across. Basically, this is from the original quad, so the bit across trailing arms. And then they're only attached on these box sections here, and it's sort of ripped up. So I've just reinforced it. I've welded up where it had cracked along here and here. And I've also welded in some fairly big gussets on either side to the frame. Again, making it so the engine frame can't come out, but it's already welded in. So should be a lot stronger, and hopefully that will sort out the issue I had before with the chain tension changing. because I used to have loads of issues with the chain sort of losing tension. And I found that as I've bent this axle back up to where it should be, that has tensioned the chain quite a lot, so I had to loosen the engine off. But yeah, another little job on this done.